just want to talk about the E after our SMART element around trends. And this is now thinking about getting to that strategy using your SMART framework from a trends perspective. That how can you go beyond the predictable to be more effective with your strategy than your competitors to get yourself some real competitive advantage. And here we think about taking a real outside in approach. And it sort of comes back to the point Mark made right at the beginning about being stuck in the day to day. And so many of us, because we are challenged with that, we must deliver today what's right in front of us. We have our heads all buried, almost like an ostrich in the sand. And what we've got to do is take our heads up and out and look outside the box to see what's going on around us, to understand what's going to impact the thinking that we have to drive us further forward. So firstly, around the insight resources that you might use within your business. And for us, this is about really utilizing the insight that you have, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think there's lots of us in lots of businesses that have an awful lot of insight that sits there on digital files now, but in olden days it'd be sitting behind you in a filing cabinet. You take it out, maybe blow the dust off and have a relook at it at some point. So there's an awful lot of insight sitting in your business that has is a valuable resource to you. So collect that together. But not only that, add on to it what is out there outside of your normal viewpoint, I guess. So here I'm thinking about using, I don't know, just some related worlds to look at, even competitive or complementary or substitutional categories to the one that you operate in. You can learn so much by looking at a category that's perhaps used instead of your own. What's going on in that category? What's going on in the categories that absolutely supplement your category or work alongside it? So if you think of the category of cereals, what do you put on your cereal? Most people put milk on your cereal. So there's been an explosion of obviously alternative milks, so oat milks, coconut milks, etc. So how do those milks operate by putting on your cereal? Does it change the taste? What's going on there? Is there something we need to understand as a cereal manufacturer about what's going on in that complementary category to cereal? So do I need to take notice of that? Or perhaps what's going on in the bread category? A lot of people have toast instead of cereal. Some have it with, but is it going to be something that what's happening in bread, so different grains, for instance, being used, now regenerative grains being used? If people are going to be seeing much more exciting stuff happening in bread, am I going to be having more different toast? How does that apply to my category of cereal? So think and look outside the box in terms of where you're looking at. Maybe you need to get technology gurus in. Maybe you need to get subject matter gurus in. Just think a little bit outside your own world to drive a strategy that's a little bit different and maybe a little bit further forward thinking than your competitors are.